It's Shante Brown Sugar talking to Black Unicarns. Black Unicarns, my loves. So, anyway, today is like just about the planning for the new year and what else? Planning for the new year and 5-year goals. So I haven't created anything for the 5-year goals. So whatever I use, I'll put it in the link below. But I created for the planning of the new year. And here it is. So you can go to Black Unicarns and check it out. You have a calendar that you have to fill in. And I'm just like a person that does not like to mess up stuff. So it's a date dump, like where you can like create and make your notes here. And then here you can organize and write your dates really pretty. I also have a mood tracker, which will help you. Also, it's like apps for this too. Like it's like so many apps for like mood tracking and stuff. But I make that because it's cute. Like it's like you can color it, whatever. Also, habit trackers for your new goals. Like if you want to, you'll put your goal here. Like if you want to exercise or if you want to drink water, eat healthy, take a walk, talk to friends, whatever your habits are, whatever bad habits you have and you want to recreate new ones, you can like color these in on the days that you do it. Okay, so then you see and you track what your goals look like. I also put a bill tracker in here so you guys can start like as far as finances go. So then you can like you'll put the month, the amount, and how much you paid, and then you see you just keep track. So if it's for like AT&T, you put AT&T here. Then you could just like write down the month and how much it was. Then that way you could also see how your bills look. I remember when I was trying to like break down my expenses, I had like a lot of subscriptions. Like when I was making money, a lot of my money was going to subscriptions. And it's like, what the hell? Like I don't even use this stuff. And I would not even go back and check. So using the bill tracker and the expense reports, it'll actually help you. Because I actually thought that, I was like, where's the, like what is going on? And a lot of it was going to subscriptions. And it's like you get the money and so you don't notice where the money is going. When I started to notice, you can even call back and ask the companies for refunds because they'll see that you didn't use it and different things like that. So that's something important, like for you to look at too before the new year or next year, whenever you start planning. Is like, what do my subscriptions look like? You want to check Apple, you want to check Amazon, you want to check all these different things to be sure that you are not giving money away somewhere else. It's also another app I'm trying to find out where you can like pay yourself so much money for a year, and then at the end of the year you get the money back with interest, and it'll show you how the interest accrues in the account. So if you put in $80, they might put in $20, so then you got $100. So then you see what I'm saying. So if you keep it to the end of the year, then when you get all the money back, it's basically like you giving yourself your own refund check. Like, it's so crazy how it works. So when I find it out, I'll show you too. I see it on there. And I like Acorns too. Acorns, and it's another one. But Acorns you can round up, or you can send a amount every month. And I'm telling you, those roundups add up for real, for real. Like, if you're not paying attention, my roundups will be like $50, $60. I'm like, how the hell this happened in a month? And so it's just like, it is crazy. So Acorns is a good app too. Alright, so expense report. This is your income. What I noticed is that I would have like several parts of income, and I would not put them. So I put a lot of income on here. So like if you have several parts of income, and like if you work Uber and Lyft, it's just better to go ahead and just print out your sheet or whatever, or you could just like write that down for the day. But then here's your expense and the amount, and if you paid it or not. I'm not really into like keeping track of. I don't like to keep a track of the money that I have in my account on paper because people go through stuff, and it really ain't they fucking business. You can look on the the app or whatever, or call the company. Okay, so your needs are 50% of your income. So if your income is $100, your needs should be $50. You understand? So it's like your mortgage, your health insurance. So all that stuff should come to like $50. And that's just, so if you make I'm just using 100 because that's the easiest increment I can use, right? So if like that's needs, 50% of your income is needs. Now, if you got $100 and um your wants should be 30% of that. Oh God, I have a mistake on here. Again, I see another mistake. Keep finding mistakes. But anyway, so um your wants should be 30% of your income. So again, that's gonna be $30. Like 30, that's it, $30 for your wants. So that's like food and movies and all this stuff. And I got it listed here too. So it's like the list is here. And then you can like kind of work it out with your income times 0.30 or whatever. I'll tell you what it is. And then your savings and debt income, that's what you should pay yourself first. So if you got $100, you can pay yourself $20. So then really all you have is, you see what I'm saying? So really you really using like $40, and then for $40 for your needs, and then for wants, if you're looking at 8 times 3 is 24. So using about, what is that? 24, 30. I can't figure it out right now because I'm trying to think too hard. But anyway, so whatever that is, that's what it need to be. So that's how you will work that. So then you have your savings or whatever. So your savings and debts, it'll be like I said, like I would you need to take this out first. Like you have to take the savings out first. Pay yourself first. That's something that somebody taught me. That's why Acorns and all that stuff is good. It's also good to like set up like in your bank account. If you can just send over 20% of your check to yourself in your savings account, then you'll always have the money. It's like that's kind of how you start to build it. Even if you have to use it by the end of the month, at least you still got money that's in your savings account. You understand? And also, if you try to deduct money from your savings account more than 3 times, they'll turn it into a checking account because it's something against the law, something like that. The next thing is that I'm a foodie, so I think this is probably for me because not everybody cooks, but it's meal planning. Now, let me tell you about meal planning as a single person. Do not always go out and get stuff at the grocery store if you can buy fast food. I am not a proponent of just telling people cook at home, because as a single person, it's actually more expensive to cook at home than it is to actually go out and get some fucking food. And I'm not joking. Like, say for instance, couscous is like $6, right? $6. But I'm not gonna be home on couscous is a good, okay, hold up, but let me talk about that. Couscous is a good investment because like I said, if you're a single person, it's like you could actually take a bouillon cube and some hot water and put the couscous and put it in the couscous. You don't even have to use all of it. You could take half a bouillon cook, put it in hot water. Put the couscous in a Tupperware container and put it in the refrigerator, and it's ready when you get home. So when you get home, all you gotta do is put a little olive oil on it and cook it. This is what I'm talking. Like some stuff is like it's just investments. It's just so you know that you can eat. The other thing to invest in if you're single is a slow cooker, because then you could just like turn it on and leave it cooking while you gone. You see what I'm saying? While you at work, your food could be ready. That's what I'm saying. Like if you can get chicken on sale, if you can get vegetables, all that stuff, you can get that on sale. That's cool. But what I'm saying too is, it's like sometimes it's just better to like just get a piece of pizza instead of trying to buy a whole pizza. Like going to Whole Foods and getting the figuring out like the days that they have sales, so you can still eat good even though you're a single person on a budget. Like Whole Foods has specials. I don't know anything out here that's like, all I know out here in St. Louis is in Illinois, St. Louis is like Whole Foods that's healthy. But like in Texas, like Central Market and stuff, so they'll have like different sales on different days of different foods. And this guy, he kind of taught me that too. Is like different places like the KFC and all these different places have like a different meal that you can get for a certain price, and you could probably eat dinner for like $10, $12 a week for real, or lunch, because they have specials at these times. So you can do meal planning, but I'm saying do all this other stuff too, because me and my son used to do this thing too. It's like in Frisco for kids, they got like a whole list of like places you can go to benefit yourself, and it's like you can go to like some really nice places and eat, and your kid eat for free just because you bought something. So, like, if I bought a sandwich, then my son gets something for free. And he don't get just, like, a sandwich. They give him, like, a whole meal, a drink and a bag of chips and every... Like, God damn. Like, this... I mean, so it's, like, beneficial. Like, so when I'm meal planning, I can say, oh, we'll go here this night because that's, like, $5. The other thing was, it was pizzas, too. Like, he loved pizzas. So they actually got to know my son because that's all he wanted. So he'll get a $5 pizza. It'll be, like, a whole pizza plus a drink. And it's like that $5, and then to have it delivered is probably like $7. So it's like, I mean, sometimes it's not even worth. Uh, if you live in a place like Texas, if you live here, I would say cook. But if you live in like a place like Texas, it's like I would say meal plan with food that you cook at home as well as food that you pick up because it'll just end up being cheaper for you to do that. So this is what this is. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. It's like, that's something that you need to think about. Like, not all meals need to be cooked at home. Like, it's serious. Like, I remember I was planning for Thanksgiving, and it would have been $100 for me to get food for Thanksgiving, and I could have just went to, it's a place that has home-cooked food, and you could get, like, a meal for $10. 2 pieces of chicken and 2 sides, or something like 5 pieces of chicken and 2 sides, and it's like, that's better than me trying to go out and get that was better for me than trying to go out and get like a whole meal and cooking a turkey. That was the year I was like, nah, girl, grow up. Grow the fuck up. And I even do that now. Like, if you let your kids, like if you're a single person too, you let your kids choose what they gonna do for the holidays, ooh, the amount of money you will save. Stop trying to do all that stuff and let them pick it. I have had the best holiday. This year, I let him choose everything. So, he got to choose the Thanksgiving dinner and the Christmas dinner. We had sandwiches for Thanksgiving and a sandwich for Christmas. Because that's his favorite thing. So, that's what he wants. So, my dinner was already ready. All I had to go do is pick up some cold cuts and some good bread and some cheese. And that was it. So, it's like, why would I try to have a turkey and sweet potatoes and greens and cornbread? And this boy, I mean, for real, he don't even eat like that. He'll eat beans, and it's like, that's all he wants, beans, sweet potatoes, and cornbread. He don't want no meat or nothing. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know, like sometimes, yeah, just let them choose. And if they choose, that just go with it. Because trying to plan all that big stuff, it's a waste of time. And it's a waste of space in the fucking refrigerator. And it's a waste of eating the same shit every day. It's too long. It's too long to be eating all that stuff. Who is that going to? But anyway. Okay, so 5-year plan. And I just picked up some off the internet because I didn't make up my own. So I got this one. And I put the link below. And I got this one I'm looking at. Alright. So the 5-year plan is like you looking at yourself and you thinking, what are my dreams? What are my goals? What am I trying to do? And so you want to ask yourself those questions. Like, what am I doing with my life? How do I get there? How do I get there? I'm going to use the track of teaching, okay? So when I first moved to Texas, I wanted to be a teacher, and they told me I couldn't be a teacher. I couldn't get into the certification program because my degree came from Illinois. So I would have to take this test in order for me to get there. I didn't know how to take the test, so I started going back to school. Okay, I stayed out of school so long, like I stayed out of math so long, so I had to take a math class, because I hadn't had math in like 10 years. But anyway, I took the test and I ended up testing out of math anyway, again. So finally I got everything I need to try to get into the program, but now I don't have the time to go into the program because I'm working 4 jobs and I'm going to school. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? That's when I meet somebody, all this different stuff. But that's a different story. But what I'm saying is I had to know the steps to doing it. So the first step was I had to know, like, how do I get this certification? Do they have an alternative certification? And they did. At first it was like you can just move there. You could get a teacher job, and then they'll let you go through the alternative certification program while you're teaching. Then they changed it when I got there and changed it to where you have to get your certification before getting a teaching job. So it's like, okay. So I have to know that. In order for me to start, I have to know that information. So that's part of my 5-year plan. You see what I'm saying? So I had to set it up to where I had to go and take the classes, figure out what my degree was, how I would get out of this whole math situation, and then how am I going to get to my certification, and how long would it take me to get a job. So that's how I thought about my career. Like, it's like I had to actually figure out what it is and what the steps were for me to get the certification. And so I ended up getting the certification because you know the steps. Some things are not that easy. I think getting a teacher certification as far as a life goal is it's sort of easy. You know, it's like sort of you got to maneuver and all this stuff, but it's sort of easy. Everything else seems hard. So what I'm saying is, it's like that's your 5-year goal. You want to be a teacher. What kind of teacher do you want to be? Now, because at that point you don't know anything about the evaluation systems, you don't know anything about the people that you're going to be working with, you don't know the area you're working in, you don't know anything. So so then the rest of that is just thoughts and feelings. You see what I'm saying? So some people don't even get past there. I never got past that part. And that's what I'm telling you too. It's like, and that's okay. But I'm telling you now that that's something that you can start thinking about too. Think about the environment that you want to end up in as well. Because that's not what I was thinking about. I was just thinking about being a teacher, and that was being my main goal. And then being the best person that I could be. But also think about the environment that you want to be into. Because that makes a huge difference. Because I was at a job, and these people are still fucking stalking me for having a life plan and a life goal. You understand? Okay. So now, relationship-wise, think about what you want to achieve in relationships. And I would say set the goal to be yourself. I would think make a relationship with yourself first. And I'm saying when you think about this, think about, do you work out? Do you bungee jump? Do you ride bikes? Do you skateboard? Do you cook all day? Do you sing? Do you think? Whatever. Make that relationship with yourself and then start to do those things that are in line with yourself. And I think that's something where people, it's like, I can't look at this and say, this is what I want to achieve with this relationship. All I can do is look at myself and say, this is what I want to achieve with that relationship. Like for me, if I want to have a better relationship with my son, I might want to try to start to pay more attention to the video games. Look at the videos he could be watching. To sit closer to him or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But that's stuff that I have to do. And that's any relationship that I have in this house. In this house or outside this house. I still have to focus on me first. So I would even change that to just like self-love or self-care or whatever. But the relationship that you have to build is with yourself. And I see that it says, like, what is it that you want to achieve? I would say achieve a good relationship with you. Achieve a good relationship with yourself. Achieve how to cross boundaries with yourself. Because sometimes people, they won't even do stuff because it's like they have that, you holding yourself back. You holding you back. Ain't nobody else holding you back. I remember I had a cousin, he started playing guitar. And he was in a rock and roll band. And they was like, our family was like actually laughing at him. And I'm like, that shit cooler than a motherfucker. You know, I'm looking at Gary Clark Jr. like, that is some cool ass shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I want to go see him play. And so they would actually laugh at him. It's like, dude, that's a good relationship that he had with himself. And the problem was they didn't have good relationships with themselves because they actually sat there laughing at him. A young guy, too. Like, y'all older than him, y'all laughing at him for playing an electric guitar. This dude could be straight up famous one day. Like, I like rock and roll, so I'm just like, yeah, that shit dope to me. Like, that is some dope ass shit. And so, that's what I'm saying. It's like, those people that's laughing, they don't have a good relationship with themselves. And so, you have to create a relationship where even when they come and laugh at you, that boundary is already crossed. You're like, okay, fuck you, man. I'm still gonna do me. And I just thought, man, that's some cool ass shit. I like that. You know, so, anyway, family. The same thing. Like I said, it's like, it's really about you. It's not about them. It's about who you are and who you want to be for those people. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, you have to always have that in mind. Like, who am I? How am I making this environment better? How am I making this environment worse? Did I fuck up the potato salad? Bitch, if you did, learn a new recipe. Look at the color of that shit. Practice, hoe. Because ain't nobody about to be eating no potato salad that's fucking green. You know what I'm saying? Something went the fuck wrong. Bitch, work on that macaroni and cheese. Stop fucking getting on the phone and start to recook all that shit that you doing, because you causing too many fucking problems when people ask you over here and then you gotta bring something to the fucking potluck. Start dropping at the fucking store and tasting that shit and see if it tastes better than yours. If it do, don't even waste the time to buy the potatoes or the mayonnaise. Go to the store and go ahead and buy that shit at the store. If it's a problem, go to Cracker Barrel and they will make you some goddamn macaroni and cheese with a bread topping. And I'm pretty sure that everybody there gonna appreciate it, because you probably got a dog or a cat and you probably been putting her in this goddamn food anyway. If you have a problem with family, baby, the problem is with you. Get y'all shit together, because ain't nobody gonna be sitting in nobody goddamn cookout eating no fucked up food and then gotta sit over somewhere and talk about your ass. Stop letting them do it. Bitch, bring the goddamn tea. If you don't know how to make it, wait till you get over your cousin's house, bring the sugar and the tea bags in a big ass pot and be right there so they can see how you fucking cooking. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Improve yourself. Don't be waiting on other people to do it for you. Improve your fucking self. And if you can't cook, bitch, like I said, practice. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't even work on you. That's what this is. Travel. Okay, like if you don't have passports, I saw somebody on the thing saying if you want food stamps, then you stop. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's that relationship that they have with themselves. That is a relationship of embarrassment, because I'm telling you, they was probably on food stamps at some point in their life too. Either their mama, their grandmama, their auntie, whoever they was working with, somebody was on fucking welfare. And I'm not joking, because it's like, why would that be a joke for you? Like, why would that be something that's funny or embarrassing for you? And it's like most of us haven't even made it through like that. We knew somebody or somebody was on it. And that's the whole thing too. So the meme was saying, don't get your passports. If you get your tax refund and you want to get a passport and that bitch sit there for 2 years, at least if somebody call you and say, let's go to Italy, I got 2 tickets, bitch, you can be on the fucking plane. It ain't no joke. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter where you at in life. And there's so many trips out here where you can actually just make payments. It's one site where it's like a travel site where you can go to Belize and France and all these different places. You can go see tigers and turtles and all kind of shit. And you can make a fucking payment. And if you got a good enough job, even if you working at McDonald's or over here, if you making enough money to make that payment, guess what you going to Belize and Germany and wherever else they telling you can go. You don't have to do that. And there's so many like travel companies that you can work for where you can get a discount, or you can create a travel company and get discounts just to get like into what they doing. So you do not have to have all this money to travel like people. I mean, it's so many cheap ass ways to travel. So and think about the youth hostels too, because that's very important. So travel, how do you want to do that? Is that where you want to go? How are you going to get yourself around the world? Do you want to drive? Do you have a job where you can be transferred? Can you put in transfers? All these different things. These are things that you can think about in your 5-year goal. And it is okay. I don't care how much money you making for you to get your ass down there and get a damn passport. It is nothing wrong with it sitting in a drawer. There is nothing wrong with that. And people can talk about it, but at least you got it, bitch. At least I got a passport. You see what I'm saying? So don't look at that. Don't hold yourself back, because that's a better relationship with yourself. Now you know you're ready. Now you know I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Health. This stuff with Dr. Sabi, I'm saying it's like one of the most guaranteed things in life. Get you an alkaline diet. It's so much stuff out here like where you could just, and I'm not saying you got to fully go, because I'm not about to eat no Kamut cereal. I'm serious. I can't do it. Some things I just can't do. And so that is the reality of it. It's like, not that you want to be, I'm going to say at least be 80% alkaline. 80% at the minimum. You see what I'm saying? That's a minimum. And that's a good thing. You know, like that's just water and it's just less acid. And it's like a list of stuff that'll show you where the acid is and all this different stuff. And it's really not a big difference, in where you get those things from. So just look at it. And I say, as long as you stay closer to the, like, in a alkaline, then alkaline, you'll be fine. So if you look at the list, you will see what I'm talking about. And it's very important for you just to take the time to do that too. Like, it is like so important, because that's your health. And if we are living longer, we are having better lives, everything. I would say that this year is just an upset. It's just a year of misinformation. It's a year of horror. These 4 years have been 4 years of horror. But at the same time, doesn't mean that you're not a better person, that you can't be a better person. So the next 5 years, make a plan, and the health plan is part of it. Like, make it happen, Captain. Make it happen, Captain. Social. Get outside. It's we can't right now, but it's something called Meetup. You can still do Zoom calls. You can still do Google calls, all this stuff. Make that stuff happen. Just make it happen. Try to stay in contact with people, even if it's through social media, and make those interactions positive. Do not spend the whole time just whatever. Try to make connections. When it's time for us to make connections, then take those networks that you use from social media and try to make real life connections and see how other people work it. But a lot of us know that behind the scenes of most people is like, it's not what they saying it is. They put on a show. So what I'm saying is, don't put on a show. And even if it is a show, learn how they doing the show. Especially if it's somebody that you like. Don't do it to be deceitful. Do it to learn. Oh. That's my social. Stay in contact with your friends and family. And keep those things going. It'll really help your life. Financial. I talked about this with the budget. So, like I said, 20% of your check, and then pay yourself first. If you can't do 20%, do 10. If you can't do 10, do 5. If you can't do 5, do 1. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. What I say? Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. So after they pay you, then you pay you. And I don't care if you gotta work out of the fucking payment with a bill, like your electricity or your water. Pay yourself first. Your phone bill. Do what you gotta do. Don't touch that money. Pay yourself first. Pay your credit cards, all that stuff first. Not first, but pay them too. And pay more than what's on there. Because that's how you'll build your credit. Don't pay your minimum. Pay more than that. So, that's what I'm telling you. Keep hope alive. The other thing about that, the best way I save money as a single person. 4 jobs, I work and the money going to the bank. I didn't know how much money I had a lot of money. I didn't know I had a lot of money. I worked a job, money going to the bank. I worked a job, money going to the bank. So, that's a good thing as a single person too. I learned this also from the tax refunds, do those Roth IRA or something like that, where you collect the money or whatever. Look into that too. Get you somebody who knows a lot about taxes. If you are single and you don't have kids and you want a larger tax refund like people with kids, you get you a little business like DoorDash, a jewelry company, a slime company. It's so many different types of companies you can get. For 3 years, the company can lose money, but you yourself can gain you yourself will be paid with tax money. If the company is losing money, so your refund will be bigger. Get you somebody that know what they're doing. You get paid for advertisement. You get paid for materials, office supplies, everything, and that all goes on your tax refund. Again, you can lose money with that company for 3 years and still make it. It's something called an EIN. And somebody told me this when I first moved to Texas. That's what kept me in the business mind. But I'm also an artist. So, that's what you do. You become an entrepreneur. If that's not what you want to do, then you find some other way. But make sure that it's a business. You make sure you create yourself a business so that you yourself can also get the money back. Also, you probably need to make more claims too because they're going to take more money out of your check. The best way for you as far as taxes go is you really kind of want to be close to zero when you get a refund because that means you lived off your money for most of the year. But most people don't. They want that big refund. So that means that if they get a $5,000 refund, they really been giving people $5,000 out of their check throughout the year. You understand? So it's like if you make more claims, then you really are just living off your money. And if you get a $200, $300 refund, that's actually better than getting a $5,000 refund because that means that most of your money is going into your pocket. So some people don't explain that to you either. So make you out the best way for you to save money. It's not a perfect way because everybody has a different lifestyle. I can't look at your 1% and be like, oh, that ain't good enough. I can look at that ain't good enough. As long as you're doing what you have to do, it's good enough. You see? Whatever you decide to do is good enough. So, that's it. And I will try to put as many links below as I can to help out. But that's it. Be sure to just take care of yourself and help yourself get better and all that stuff. Just a 5-year plan is something that I think it works out kind of for everybody. Make sure you check back with your 5-year plan to be sure that that's actually what you want to do and that's actually what you need and all these different things. Because sometimes it could change. Maybe I want to be a lawyer, but I can't pass the test, so now my plan got to change. Maybe I can be a assistant or whatever. Maybe I can start helping other people decide if this is the type of lawyer they need. You know, it's some things I just don't understand. So that's all the stuff like you just got to get that down. And once you get it down, once you get your plan down, stick to it. Don't let nobody rattle you, scare you, tell you that it ain't good enough, nothing. No, if you don't want to tell them, you ain't got to tell them. That's your business. So that's the thing. You can keep it to yourself or you can tell people. Whatever it is, that's what you do. The other part of that is, if you want a business too, I would just start like researching companies and different things like that. Trying to figure out how to get your products and all that. Well, yeah. I'm not always eating. It's not even that good, but it's good. So yeah, that's the other part. Don't let people disturb your progress or growth. Because that's all they're going to keep doing, trying to rattle. Don't even let them get into it. It's not even something for them to need to rattle. Just stay focused. Stay focused. They want to argue, stay focused. They want to fight, stay focused. Don't do none of that shit. Stay focused. Because they'll try to fuck you up too, so you end up locked up or something. You know, because now that's what they want too. Because you want it. Chill, relax, and focus. Getting Shantae Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicarns, telling you guys, please have a great fucking day. A great fucking day. Don't you dare fucking give up. You do your fucking best all the fucking time. Show the fucking world who the fuck you are. Have a good day.